Hi everybody, this is another Flying Rookie video, and this is the first video of the HT-FPV quadcopter from HOVERTHINGS. Okay, and this video is going to be the introduction and unboxing of the new frame. So before I proceed to show the frame components, first I'm going to show the electronics, the stuff that's going to be installed on the frame. Okay, so that's pretty much what you guys see on the table over here. Now, most of the stuff that I'm going to be using on this aircraft is not really brand new stuff. It's actually stuff that I removed from my BC550 quadcopter, and the reason that I did that is because I underestimate, the size of the aircraft and the needs that the aircraft was of power that aircraft had. The electronics that I had on that large frame, they were really the frame was really under power. So I decided to remove all these components and use it on the smaller HT-FPV frame. Okay, the large BC550 I'm going to turn into a X8 with 8 motors, but that's going to be in another video down the road. So I'm still looking for a good flight controller designed to handle octocopters and X8 copters. So let's just start talking about what I got here for the HT-FPV frame. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show is the motors, and these motors over here are the rocket motors from Exceed RC, and they are sold at Hobby Parts. And these ones, they are 920 kV, and they can handle all the way up to 4-cell light bulbs. These 2215, the size of the motor. So the nice thing about these motors is, besides being nice looking, they got high performance Japanese made ball bearings, so they're gonna last. This motor is built to last a long time. Japanese bearings, in my opinion, on RC vehicles is the best bearings of the market. They pretty much last forever. Okay, and these motors are really cheap. I paid for them probably like close to around $15 each. So it's a bargain. And since Hobby Parts is in the U.S., if you live in the U.S., you will get this thing in no time. Okay. The ESCs, they are also Exceed RC from Hobby Parts, and these ones, they are the 30 amp ESC. I got 4, and they are pretty good. And seems that they work nice with the NASA. I know the NASA is a flight controller that required ESCs to be 400 Hertz and faster. I'm not quite sure what's the specs of this ESC, but apparently it was working fine when I had it on the larger quadcopter. So it works. Okay, so these ones are the Proton 30 amps. Okay. Now the wires that I'm going to be using to distribute the power from the power distribution board that you see here, they are 14 gauge, and that's why I'm going to send from here to the main battery, and also I'm going to send it to all the ESCs. So this is the row of wire, and this is the power distribution board. The receiver that I'm going to be using is the high-tech Optima 7. And the nice thing about this receiver is that it's designed to, it's a full range receiver, and you can add like a telemetry module, so you can add different kinds of sensors, for example GPS, temperature change sensors, and so on. So that's why I decided to buy the Optima 7. I don't really need 7 channels, but High-Tech only make 2 receivers that they are designed to work with telemetry, and one is this one and the other one is the Optima 9. So that's why I bought the 7. Okay. Now the The motors, they're going to be working with this 10-inch APC props. I got 2 clockwise and 2 counterclockwise, and these ones are 10-inch by 3/8. And what I like about APC is these props. They are really durable, they are really strong. Okay, so they are meant to last a long time. So that's why I decided to buy it, and you know what, they should give me great lifting capabilities, so that's even better. The nice thing is these props, that I use them already in the larger quad, and they're already balanced and anything, so I have to just mount it and go. Okay. To connect this wiring to the ESCs, I got this package of 3.5 millimeters connectors. I got the males and females over here, so there's more connectors than what I need. I got like 50 males and 50 females, so I got a total of 100. Okay, so this for use it on this project and to use it on future projects, so I got plenty over here. Now the main important thing, what I would call the brain of this aircraft, and probably is one of the most beautiful features that this aircraft is going to have, is the flight controller. And this the badass of all the non-GPS flight controllers on the market. It's the DJI NASA, and everybody love it. It's super stable. It comes with a nice software to program different features. If you got a quadcopter or a headset, 6-motor or 4-motor multi-rotor aircraft, you can control gimbal camera mounts with this, and it's really nice. You got altitude hold, and you got you can also set up the gains. You can program two channels on your remote and use the knobs or extra trims that you might have on your radio, and you can, instead of hooking this thing up to the computer and change the gains, you can change the gains, you know, right from the radio, just like many people does with IC helicopters. They got that capability too, to change the gains from the radio. But this one, it does it easier than any other flight controller that I work with. Like for example, the DU344 got that capability, but you have to go to the menu when you go to the APA, and then you have to set it up over there kind of manually. But this one, you can just, like I said, program one channel for roll and pitch, and the other channel, one trim for roll and pitch, and the other trim for yaw, and you can just set it up, you know, just like that. So that's really, really convenient. I really like that feature. But also, if you're using a gimbal camera mount, you can control, you can use like a slider on your radio, or a knob, or even a switch, and you can control the camera so the camera can look down or can look straight forward. That's really, really nice. This one goes for around $230 everywhere. That's pretty much the universal price of this thing. And this thing comes with this wiring harness over here that you plug into the flight controller. And this thing got a little LED light that changed in different colors, and it flashes. It looks like I like it because it looks like when you fly the aircraft with this light flashing, it looks like when you see like a helicopter in the air at nighttime, you see the oscillating light, you know, flashing. So this thing is not only to look good, it also, the flashes change in different colors depending on different messages that this flight controller is sending to let you know in what flight condition, or if the battery is low, the light flash in one color. If the aircraft is on altitude mode, it will. That's another nice feature about this flight controller. So you can just lift the stick on hovering, and the aircraft got like a barometer on the flight controller, and that will keep the aircraft on altitude hold. Okay, but it won't do position hold because it doesn't have GPS, but it will stay in the same altitude. It won't go down, it won't go up. So this thing will let you know that it's doing that, because the lights will flash in different colors and so on. So that's one nice thing. And also, this is what you use to plug the flight controller to the computer, because you got like a micro USB connector on the side. So normally people put this thing on the bottom of the aircraft, or they put it on one of the arms, wherever it's easier. Now, one thing about this flight controller is when you connect the ESCs, you can connect from this thing is designed to work with X4, +4, Y6 inverted, X6, or H6. So that's the different kinds of aircraft that it can handle. The thing with this, doesn't matter how many motors or ESCs you use in here. You can, when you plug the ESCs, you have to disconnect the red cable that is the positive on the ESCs. You have to somehow either cut it, or just somehow, if you know how to remove it from the plug, from the servo cable of all the ESCs, then you have to remove it. This thing, you have to do that. If you don't do that, you will burn it. Okay, so you have to remember that when you deal with this DJI NASA's. Okay, but I decided to do something that's a little bit less harmful than just messing up with these wires. And what I did is I purchased these adapters, and these like servo extensions that they are 3-inch long. But why these, I remove the positive cable that goes in the middle. So all I got is just the negative and signal. Because the thing about this flight controller is this flight controller doesn't get powered by the ESCs. It gets powered by this unit that is hooked up also to the battery, directly to the battery of the aircraft. Okay, so one thing that you have to do with this power distribution board is you have to solder. Either you can solder this thing directly, but if you don't want to have this thing soldered directly, then you can also just put like any kind of connector. For example, what I use is the gate SD connector, the red connector, and solder another one over here just like I did, and just plug it, and that way the battery itself is the one that powers this flight controller. So just make sure that either you have to remove the positive of all the ESCs, all of them, or if you don't want to mess with your ESC's wiring, then you can just buy small servo extensions and just remove the wire in the middle that is the positive, and just leave the ground that is on one side, and the other side is the signal. In the middle has to be empty. And just make sure when you plug this thing to your ESC wires, make sure it's polarized the right way, because the problem with most of these ESCs and most of these adapters, they are not like Futaba J. They are like Z connectors, and Z connectors you can easily make a mistake and plug it the wrong way. So triple check whatever you do. Okay, so now I'm done showing all the components, all the hardware that's going to be used on the aircraft. So what I'm going to proceed to do is I'm going to unbox the package over here. This is the package where my new frame came in. So let me just get some of the stuff out of the way, so we can see what's inside this package. And I got no clue how big this aircraft is going to be. Supposedly, for what I read, and for what I saw in the pictures, the arms in the back, they are the same size as the arms of the 550, BC 550, but they are especially designed for this aircraft. And the ones in the front, they are the equivalent of the 450. That's why this aircraft got the shape that it got. It's not symmetrical like all the quadcopters on the market, but that's cool because the way they design it, when you fly with the GoPro, You're not gonna have, you know, the props spinning on both sides of the screen. You're gonna have total view of everything that's in front of you, and that's really cool. That's one of the main things that drove me to buy this aircraft rather than keep looking for other frames out there that will possibly give me that kind of advantage. Okay, so just removing all the components. Oh my god, look, I didn't even realize that this thing comes with its own power distribution board, so that's really, really cool. And this one is a high quality one. This one is even better than the one that I have, so who knows, I might end up using it. We'll see. I even got the stand-ups to mount their own power distribution board, so that's really cool. So let's see if there's any more secrets over here. Wow, that sucks. They didn't even bother to put a Wacom in here. I would have loved that. Yeah, that's good to dream. And Wacom is a $1,140 dream. Very expensive dream. Okay, the one that I got here, as you can see, everything is put in one single package. So the one that I got here is the camouflage version, just like my 550. And I would have loved to have the graphite one, just to have something different. But this frame is impossible to get. I'm gonna give you a trick to all of you guys. Anybody that wish to buy this frame, you guys have to be online constantly. Like, you have to be any waking time of the day or the night. When you are not doing anything, go to the website and see if the freaking frame pop. The moment that frame pop, buy it. Don't even blink. Don't even think about it. Buy it. If you guys hesitate, you're gonna miss the opportunity. And that's how I lost the opportunity of buying the camouflage one, because then the next time, the second opportunity that I had, there was no more camouflage one. The one that they had was the black one. So I said, you know what, it's not the camouflage one, but let me buy it, because at least I'm not gonna have two camouflage frames. I will have my 550 that it will be the camouflage one, and I will have this one that will be the black one. So I will have two different ones. But I also waste time. I didn't make any, quick move, and I lost the opportunity to find that one. So I've been after this. This thing is being almost like a month, a month of trying to get this freaking aircraft from the moment they posted into the website to the moment that I got it into my hands. The nice thing is these people, they ship really fast, because I bought it in the past weekend and I got it on a Thursday, on a Friday, so that's really nice. So I just proceed to remove the stuff that's inside here, and the most interesting thing about this is the frame, and I really love it. It seems so freaking nice. I'm somebody that does RC cars and trucks, and this frame looks like an RC car frame, and that's one of the things that I like about this. It doesn't look like your average, everyday frame that you see out there for this kind of aircraft. And the nice thing is you got plenty of space to mount, your components and everything over here. So that's really nice. And they really nice finish over here. They put HOVERTHINGS HT-FPV all over the place. That's really cool. Okay, so these things here are the front arms in the bottom and the rear arms in the back. And since you can see the rear arms, they are as big as the 550 arms, and the ones in the front, they are equivalent of the 450 frame. Now the difference, this one's in the back, even if they are the same design as the same length as the 550, they won't work with the double motor mount like the 550 frame. They make it just like this one, so it will work with only one motor. Okay, now these the motor mounts, got 4 over here. And this part here is the other plate, and I believe this is the upper plate because it doesn't have the GoPro mount. GoPro would go over here in the front. That's why I got this really long tab. And this one will go in the top over here. Okay, so that's really nice. And this thing is some kind of upper plate that goes on top of the arm, and this is what will protect your flight controller and some of your FPV equipment. So this thing kind of will do the same job as the roll bar on RC off-road vehicles, something like that. It would protect some of those components, but I'm considering the possibility that if I can be able to mount the flight controller between the 2 main plates, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that instead of just mounting it in the top, because like I said, that flight controller, once everything is connected, I don't need to do anything else, no settings, no nothing. Everything else I'm gonna be able to handle it from the radio. Now I got over here the hardware, and I got like hundreds of screws over here. I got the landing gear grommets. Okay, and this is really nice. These people, they even give you this is something that didn't come in on my 550. Actually, my 550 used to be a 450, and then I turned into a 550. So when it was a 450, it came in with a battery strap or with a wrench. You got a wrench, and this is the wrench for the screws, because this thing works on American standard screws. And I understand these people, they ship, their friends all over the world, when, everybody knows the world, everything is metric. In the U.S., we're still using, the American standard or imperial way of measurement. So that way, by sending, this wrench, it makes life easier for everybody around the world. They make this frame more global. And over here, I got lots and lots and lots of stand-up spacers. Okay, and I believe it probably comes in 2 different sizes. I'm not sure about that, but it might be. Okay, and I believe this thing here is the instructions in detail, but I'm not going to use this, not because I'm the kind of guy that knows everything, and I'm going to build it just by looking at it. It's because I already got the instructions in PDF on my computer, so I don't need this. Okay, so that's pretty much it about the introduction and unboxing of the HT-FPV frame from HOVERTHINGS. So on the next video, it's going to be a time-lapse video when I'm going to put the aircraft together completely. So I'm not going to do like I did in my first 2 videos when I did everything in stages. It's just going to be one single video that's going to show everything from the construction of the frame to setting up the wiring harness to mounting the motors, the ESCs, the flight controller, and everything. Okay, so that's pretty much how this video is going to be done. And nice, one of the nice things, like I mentioned, my props, they are already balanced, so I have to just mount it, because like I said, those props that were used on another aircraft before. Okay, and one more thing that I'm going to do, obviously, is that this aircraft is going to be used on FPV. So I got already video transmitter, and I got the GoPro. I got 2 GoPros with me. I got the 960 and I got the HD2. So I will alternate, depends, how I feel and how I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use either one GoPro or the other. I also got the wiring harness that will allow me to use the GoPro with my video transmitter. My video transmitter is 5.8 gigahertz from Foxtech. like I said, it's a 500 mini watts, and I also got this little small battery that you would use with the video transmitter if you wish to power it externally. And this little skylight pole that's 800 milliamps. Okay, because one thing that probably I'm going to be doing with this aircraft is I'm going to fly on 4 cell. I'm going to fly either way, 4 cell or 3 cell, one or the other. So whatever I do, I'm going to need, if I do it on 4 cell, it's very likely that I'm going to use this battery, because the video transmitter is not designed to handle 4 cell, only works on 3 cell LiPo. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit the like button, and thanks for watching, everybody.